So, hello and welcome. My name's Steve Nobel, and today I'm speaking with Katie Holland on Embodied Spiritual Awakening. So, Katie's been dancing from the age of 3, and she began her Middle Eastern dance training in 1994, specialising in Egyptian style and developing an authentic fusion combining traditional dance techniques with her own unique interpretations. Katie has trained in Reiki and Access Consciousness. She's the founder of Awakened Belly Dance, which is a multi-faceted, transformative self-awakening process which opens up dancers to heart-centered healing movements. And her website is awakenedbellydance.com. So hi, Katie.
Hi, Steve. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, my pleasure. I mean, I met Katie in Bulgaria in 2019. We did a summer thing, and she hosted it, and so we got to experience some of her dancing over there, and it's beautiful, really. So let me ask you, your own journey of awakening, can you just say something about how you went through the spiritual awakening process?
Of what I remember as of now, it started when I was 7, and I think it's going to be one of those things that the older I get, the more I'm going to remember from my childhood. And what is really clear to me at this time is that I had a huge awakening when I was 7, so much so that my personality completely changed, and it was noticeable to my family. And I began to see energy. Mostly it was presenting as the flower of life, although at that age I didn't know what the flower of life was. And I was seeing a bit like in the Matrix, where you can see the layers of existence. I was seeing it as flowers of life. And when I was in bed at night and my dad would come to switch off the light, which of course I always had the light on because I was scared of the dark, because I could see everything in the dark. and I would say to him, I can see what everything is made of. I can see what existence is made of. And he would say, okay, keep reading Famous 5. Go to sleep. And so that's what I remember. But as I was seeing what you might think of as the light and the fabric of existence, I was also seeing the shadow. So I was really terrified, and I was having nightmares, and very, very empathic, really highly sensitive to everything. And I also began to feel very connected with ancient Egypt, and have what I realise now are past life memories and connections, and also a lot of recall about all of the deaths that I had experienced over time. So for a child, every night dreaming this, it was quite traumatic. And that went on until I was about 19, which was the first time that I received Reiki. And that had a huge impact on me, which then led me to training in Reiki, training in massage. And I really, I guess as a teenager, blocked out a lot of that, of what I was seeing, because I was partying and with my friends and everything, and I just wanted to shut it down, even though I still had an interest in holistic therapies and energy work, but I didn't really have anybody to guide me. So it was a real love-hate relationship that I had, and it felt like every night was a battle, and even in the daytime sometimes, because like I say, I could see what wasn't there, and I wasn't able to really talk about it to anybody.
How did your family cope with a 7-year-old awakening in there? Are they quite conventional? Are they spiritual, like hippie 60 types or something?
Well, at that time, for 3 years, they were also attending like a spiritualist church with open clairvoyant circles. So I think that had a hand in my awakening, because I was also attending it, and me and my dad would go every week. So from the age of 7 to 10, I was taking part in chakra meditations and connecting with my energy and all of this kind of thing. And I think they didn't really realise what was being opened, and because I was opening so much that I didn't understand what was going on, and I didn't realise that it wasn't what you would consider normal. So so it was quite difficult, really. I think for everybody, it's difficult to understand and to live with a 7-year-old that feels like they're an adult because they can remember all these lifetimes when they were an adult.
Yeah, amazing. And also the fact that you had Reiki when you were 19, because I remember as a teenager I was completely lost, and I think I was lost in my early 30s, really. So it was past my Saturn return. So you started early, and you had this experience as a teenager. What was that like, being a teenager and opening up to things like Reiki then?
It was really a relief at that time. When I was 19, I guess I had another kind of awakening, that I was already vegetarian, but that was when I became vegan, and I had a very definite choice in, do I carry on with a party life, or do I take my belly dance training more seriously, because I wanted to be a professional dancer. So I was very much in I want to perform and I want to be a dance teacher. And so having the Reiki, I think, gave me the strength and the insight to be able to make that decision, which was really amazing, because I remember it being such a clear, again, like a dark and light decision that I made at that time. And from then I was giving Reiki treatments, and then I was teaching Reiki, and followed my dance career as well. I began to teach and perform.
Because you mentioned that you remembered your deaths. For me, I know a lot. What's very common for clients I see is this idea of, I don't really want to be here because I've suffered. I don't want to be in the body because I've suffered somewhere. Was that something you felt? Yeah,
my other realization when I was 7 was that I suddenly felt really connected with the stars, and especially Orion's belt and Sirius. And then I realized that I had moles all over my body in those constellations. So I've got them everywhere.
Oh, right.
And so it was always this feeling of, why aren't I there? Why am I here? Why do I have to deal with this place? And I don't feel like I belong here. Like a typical starseed feeling. And I was also really brilliant at escaping out of my body at any opportunity.
Yeah.
And doing my best just not to be in this physical body and not to have to deal with the 3D reality.
Yeah, I think that's a common issue, isn't it? This is why we come to the embodied spiritual awakening. We want to get out of the body, we want to awaken, we want to go to the light, but we don't want to be in the body, be in this dense dimension and dealing with it. So why should people stay in the body? Why not just escape and go off and whiz around the universe and then come back for tea time or something?
Obviously I can only speak from my own personal experience, and the people that have studied with me call me an OCD grounder.
Yeah.
So, again, when I was 19 and studying the massage course, I had all these ideas and ambitions, which I have gone on to do, but at that time they were all in the ether. And my massage teacher said to me one day, she was quite stern, and she said, I'm sure you're going to do all of this stuff, but if you don't get grounded, it's never going to happen, because it's all up in the clouds.
Yeah.
And it was like she'd punched me in the face and the solar plexus simultaneously. And I thought, I have to sort this out. So, again, for a 19-year-old, it was a big realization, and thinking, I've really got to learn to be in this body and make things happen. I didn't understand about manifestation at that time. And then as the years went on, it really became almost a full-time job of, how can I stay in this body and still allow myself to travel astrally and be able to tune in and to be intuitive and channel information, and at the same time be in the physical. And one thing that always really stuck in my mind, and I'm not sure when I heard this, but again, I know it was when I was really young, was the phrase, as above, so below. And this had always stuck with me. And again, the older and older I've got, the more sense it's made and why it stuck with me so much. And strangely, recently, I had a numerology interpretation of my name. So Katie with the Ka is like the ancient Egyptian for spirit, and then Holland has land, So I have the above and the below in my name already.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure in the audience there'll be people listening to this going, well, how do I stay open to spirit, stay open to the awakening process and grounded at the same time? What is your OCD grounding thing?
I think something that's very important and that I have been through myself is allowing yourself to be in your fears and not being afraid. Because when you're fearful, you go into fight or flight, and then immediately you want to escape. So whether that's from the physical situation or it's from your physical body. So it's learning and allowing yourself to really face those fears and look at why you're fearful of that and what that's bringing up in you, and then work out how you can heal that and how you can evolve from that. So something where I really went deeply into this was that I've had 3 spontaneous Kundalini awakenings, and these have really taken me into the deepest shadows that I know of as of now, into myself. And there was nothing that I could do about it. I couldn't control, I couldn't change what was happening. I just had to lie there, because I was, the first time it knocked me unconscious, and it lasted for about 2 years until I really felt like I feel more like me again. And the last time I was floored for about 5 weeks, and during those times it was like every nightmare, every creature I'd seen, every being that had been there as a child was coming for me to face them. So I think that that's a really big part of it, is about the fears that you hold within you, and being okay with that. So, and being okay with your shadow.
Yeah. So
that you can look into your shadows and work with them and heal and integrate them.
Yeah. I mean, like you and for me, a lot of people find this such a heavy place. You know, if we're light beings, we come from a land of, you know, angels and unicorns or whatever we're coming from, star races, lovely landscapes, and we come here and it's full of like war, violence, go to work, you know, schools where stuffing information in you. So it's like coping with that. It's keeping the light alive, isn't it? And still moving through the world, being in the world but not of the world. You know that famous thing that Christ said? Exactly.
Yeah. So that you're more like a witness rather than being trapped in it.
Yeah.
You're witnessing it and perceiving it from that above and below. So, and from all around as well. And then you can see every aspect, and from a higher dimensional perception, rather than just being pulled into the darkness and feeling like you're in an abyss that you that you can't ever get out of.
When people say, for example, like I am afraid, it's almost like really being identified. Like I am fear, rather than I feel fear at the moment. It's almost like for me in language, I don't know how you feel about it, but identifying so much with I am this, rather than going, well, I'm just feeling it. It's like something passing through my body and it comes and goes. Is that something that resonates for you?
Yeah, definitely. And thinking of how words are spells. Yeah. Spelling and spells, and how we condition ourselves through our words. If you say something like, oh, I'm so clumsy, I always do this, you're programming your body to be clumsy and to always do that thing. And I think, again, coming back to that, being a witness of yourself, so that you're catching your words before they're being expressed.
Yeah.
And you get in between that space of the thought formulating and the words coming out of your mouth, and sometimes you don't catch yourself, and that's okay as well, but you're having that awareness that then you get quicker and quicker and better at it, and then you can really transform the way that you think, the way that you speak, the way that you act, and still be intuitive with it. It's not about that you're controlling everything you say. It's very much about being in a flow with that.
Do you find sending appreciation to your body helps?
Yeah, and also communicating with your body.
Yeah.
So all the time, so if I get a twinge somewhere and I say, okay, what's going on with you today? How can I help you? Or what is it you're trying to tell me? And just some kind of dialogue. And again, the more that you do that, the more your body begins to speak. So you are working in unison instead of thinking that is something separate from you.
Yeah.
And I think the more embodied you are, again, the stronger that communication will become.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, I know you're going to do a meditation, but before that, I want to ask you some of the events you're up to. I know we've got Egypt in November at the end of the year. What other events are you typically doing at the moment?
At the moment, I've moved a lot of my work online, and I'm offering distance Reiki and also one-to-one sessions with Awake and Belly Dance as well. So this can be in the form of 3 sessions where if you've got a specific issue that you want to work on in a particular chakra, or it can be 7 sessions where we're going more deeply into each energy center. And that course with the 7 is also a prerequisite to doing the facilitated training as well. So they're both personalized, and I'm just really working closely with me and seeing where that journey takes you.
Well, I have experienced Katie's magical Reiki at least 2 or 3 times, and it was powerful. She's pulling out all kinds of stuff. We all need a little help from our friends, don't we?
That's it. Yeah, and what you said as well about how to be in the light, I think it's the usual thing: who you surround yourself, the environment you're in, the food you put into your body. All of that is so important. That helps to support your illumination process and also to ground you as well.
Well, Katie, I know you're going to do a meditation around embodied spiritual awakening, so I'll pass it over to you when you're ready.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so if you'd like to stand up and put your feet a little bit apart, just under your hips, and closing your eyes, opening your mouth and relaxing your jaw and your tongue, and then breathing in and out through your mouth, relaxing your shoulders, your belly, breathing in together and breathing out together, and breathing in together, opening your mouth a little bit wider and breathing out together, breathing all the way down into your roots through your mouth, and breathing out from your root. Softening your knees and slowly beginning to circle your head. Really gently spiraling through your neck. And feel your crown tracing a circle of gold luminous light up into the central sun. This light spirals down and spirals around and through your central spinal column. And into your heart space, and beginning to spiral your chest as well as your neck and head. Drawing down gold luminous light as your heart expands. Breathing through your mouth. And spiraling pink luminous golden light down through your chest, your belly, into your hips. And beginning to circle and spiral your hips, So you're creating spirals upon spirals, vortexes of luminous energy weaving down and through your body. Continuing to relax your mouth and your tongue as you connect with your root, your perineum. And this vortex of energy expands from your hips down and around your legs and your feet. Down and down, connecting into the highest vibrational womb of the earth. This highest vibrational light grid of Pachamama. And then moving your hips into a figure of 8, like an infinity loop. Your hips are twisting round and back and round. And allow your arms and hands to follow the movement of your hips. Shifting from left to right and right to left. From masculine to feminine, feminine to masculine. With this central golden vortex running through the middle. Noticing which feels stronger, which feels stuck. And what you perceive as your masculine or feminine side. How do the energies of your feminine and masculine run through you? So as you breathe through your mouth, breathing into the hip with the energy that feels more stuck. If it feels heavy or congested, breathing into it to expand it so that you can see into the story that's happening there. Keep breathing into the story so it opens like a bubble. As your hands move with your hips, using them to shift and clear any residues or any low vibrational energies that are hanging around you. What is no longer required. And you can also visualize your hands moving like you're turning pages of a book, changing the story, shifting the emotion, creating the reality that you choose. So keep moving your hips. And as you envision your chosen reality in its highest vibrational possibilities clearly. Feel the energy shifting and balancing, integrating from left to right and right to left. This golden vortex expanding out and through your hips, encompassing all perceived feminine and masculine energies. Who are you when you stand in your true alignment? Who are you when you can stand and look at your fears and not feel afraid? And allow this movement of weaving to become bigger and bigger. To your hips with your arms, relaxing your mouth and your neck. Feel your whole self in the movement. As you anchor into the light and anchor all energetic bodies into your physical body. Become aware of every cell vibrating, luminous energy, full of wisdom and communication, and just waiting for you to receive that information. And then with your fingertips, bringing them to your crown, feel them tingling with electricity. And very lightly trace over every part of your body, activating your natural electricity. And taking as much time as you need to do that, so you can feel every part of you in your sensuality. Enjoy the connection with yourself. And remember that you chose this body and this moment for a reason. What gift does this physical body hold for you? And when you're ready, finishing with your fingertips and your palms touching the earth, as your electricity and the electricity of Gaia meet and unite as one.